Welcome to my channel. My name is Julia. Today I want to talk about the ultimate healing. The ultimate healing is to realize that there is nothing to heal, that everything about our being has always been intact and perfect. Are we talking spiritual? Yes, but we are all spirit ultimately. This is where all longing for happiness and peace comes from. We will all discover one day that our soul is immaculate. Things can happen to our body, but underneath it all there is a presence that can never be hurt or tainted. If you like this video, don't forget to press like, to share it with anyone else you think might benefit from watching this, and to subscribe to my channel to support the making of these videos and to become part of our growing community of love and peace. When it comes to physical ailments, we have cures and things we can do to promote healing. But a lot of illness points to a much deeper suffering, a distance we might feel to happiness, to fulfillment or meaning in our life, a distance to our true potential as eternal souls. When we realize this, it's like waking up from a long, long dream. To realize that all along there was nothing wrong with me. That whole idea of something needing to be healed was an illusion. I am reminded of a movie I saw a long time ago, Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis. I remember how it really made an impression on me in the way that the audience was made to believe that a certain reality was taking place, and only in the end it was revealed that it was all a dream. That the protagonist had been dead all along and just imagined to be alive and to interact with the people around him in a real way. Of course, it's a commercial movie, but there is some deeper truth to that. In the same way that we sometimes think something is so real, and then we realize it really is just a dream. In the same way, we are dreaming that we are lacking, imperfect, and that we need healing. And this comes in large parts from the fact that we identify with the body and the emotions only a lot of the times. Things can happen to the body for sure, and we need to take care of that. But it is our choice if we identify with whatever is going on in our body. And the same applies to emotions. We all experience emotions. This is part of being human, and it is beautiful. But are you that emotion? And how long will that emotion last? Let's say something happens to the body, like an accident that will have a lasting consequence for your life. Are you not still the same one inside? What has changed about you? We all have experienced challenging emotions in life, but perhaps also that it was precisely during those challenges that we felt a great calm inside. Almost like we were thrusted right into the depths of who we really are because of that experience. Your life continues, but the emotion passes. But have you passed? All things in life come and go, good and bad. But you, the one who are experiencing them, is always here. And always the same one. It is our belief that we are those things that cause suffering and that we need healing. But if we take the time to really ask, who is it that these things are happening to, we will find that there is a difference. My tooth may ache, for instance, and I may get professional help for that. But whatever the outcome will be, whether I will keep or lose my tooth or whatever, I am still the same one. Let's say you are really angry. Take a moment and really see that this is an emotion that is passing through me. It is coming and going. Why am I so invested? What lies beneath the anger? Is anger who I am? No, it is love, really. All of these things that happen are meant to shake us up, to show us, hey, this is not who you are. These things might happen to you, but they can never touch your grace, your core. This is why all outer forms of healing can never be completed. They may help for a while and do some good, but have you ever experienced a form of healing that has sorted out all of your problems and forever? Usually we have to go back for more sessions, and very often we find ourselves in the same situation all over. Because the greatest healing is to wake up from this dream that we are a body, and unless that functions perfectly and all of our emotions are happy, there is still a lot of work to do. It might be very hard to conceive fully of that idea that I'm more than just a body if this is new to you, because the body is all we can see. Not as a child, but as we grow up, we are conditioned to believe that this is all we are. And it can be very hard to see beyond that. But if you have done some spiritual practice, you probably will have seen that there is much, much more to you. If you have done more practice and sincerely, you might have seen with much more clarity that this is true. I want to share another film nostalgia with you, The Village. This movie was about an Amish community that lived cut off from the outside world near a forest. And in this forest there were dangerous creatures, but they had a pact with these creatures. So they will never go into the forest, and as a reward the creatures would never harm them. But one day a girl fell really sick, and a boy who was really in love with her ignored the elders and went through that forest in order to get some medicine. And this is when he discovered that whole illusion, so to speak, that the creatures didn't exist really, and there was a whole other world around them. So again, it's like waking up from this dream. And it's a really lovely idea, that community that is pure and protected from the evil around them. But the experience of evil is necessary to push us into a deeper form of consciousness, of purity that is conscious rather than unconscious like that of a child. When the desire arises in our hearts for healing, we are essentially yearning for the truth of who we really are. There is an intuitive rejection of suffering and sickness, because deep inside we know this is not our truth. Our desire for healing and happiness is our true self pulling us closer and closer like a magnet. We have all tried it out, these little ways of gaining happiness that comes and goes, the cures for superficial ailments. But underneath it all, there is a quest that is much, much deeper. The desire to reunite with the happiness and the health that was never not who we are. Let's say you see a young girl in a wheelchair. A lot of people might think, oh, that poor girl in the wheelchair. But what about her little sister? She just sees her as her sister, not as the girl in the wheelchair, because she has a much more intimate knowing of her. If we take this further, when we see that we are not the body, but the soul, then all of these outer appearances fall away. Ultimately, there is not even a separation between you and that other person, because there's only one being. Some might find it hard to go all this way, but we all have made experiences of this kind, of feeling a deep communion with other beings. When we stand together in a cause, when we chant together in a church or temple, when we share an intense experience of suffering or joy with other people, we can all feel that we are connected. A healthy person is affected by someone else's suffering, by their joy, because we are all connected. We don't make any profit or money from empathy. It is who we really are deep inside. And you can see often people who devote their entire lives to this truth, they sometimes give up their entire self and just live in service for others. Not as a dire sacrifice, but as their reality. Living the truth that we are one. When we burst the bubble that we are lacking and suffering because a body and separate, it's like waking up from a long, tiresome dream to the truth of who we really are. Intact, complete, united, and one. This is when all striving will end, all questions will cease, the end of longing, of doubt and fear. This is the greatest healing. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to press like, to share, to comment. I would like to hear about your experiences of healing, and to subscribe to my channel so we can stay connected. Bye!